Hello and welcome back. Today we're going through £100 worth of 10p's. It's just me today, so we're just doing £100. So we're looking for more of the alphabet 10p's. And I'll show you the progress we're making so far. So we have got A, C, E, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, S, Y, no, V, X, Y, and Z. Trying to keep them, trying to do them in order. It's a really weird windy path that does through it, but hopefully we'll find some new ones. But with no Patrick, with no Peter, no good luck charms, the slim pickings I reckon. But I hope I'm gonna get R. I really want to finish a panel in this book. But if we find any of the 2019s as well, that'd be cool too. So without further ado, let's get into this bag. So let's jump into the questions. The first question comes from Acrobat Shearer, who asks, other than F and E, what's your favourite 10p? Oh, it's a tough one. F and E are generally my go-to answers. I quite like I for ice cream. Just running through them in my head. W for World Wide Web. I really like that one. I think it's a neat sort of pun, and it's also a really cool design too. Next question comes from Antonius Orphanides. I apologise if I pronounced your name wrong there. But the question was, have you ever opened a bag and had every commemorative 50p? I don't think I have done it on one of my hunts. However, before I started making the videos, I did get 2 bagged bags that were all Olympics. I think it was missing judo and triathlon and football, but the rest, all £20, were Olympics. Lucas Gaming asks, £1 million to stop collecting coins. £1 million would last you quite a while. But I couldn't collect coins. You can keep your £1 million, I guess. That took a bit to decide. Rage Monkey TV asks, what's the most rare coin you have found? That'd be Kew Gardens. I've been lucky enough to find 2 of them. Or the European Presidency 50p. They've got a lower mintage than the Kew Gardens, and I got 2 of them that the bank had. Mark Dallison asks, how long does it take to go through a bag in real time? So the 50p's take about 25 minutes to go through, plus a bit extra to then go through them looking for the years on the shields and the Britannias. The £2 coins, 10 to 15 minutes. The 10p's, each bag takes about half an hour to 40 minutes, depending how slow Patrick's going. The world coins, I do it in real time anyway, so that's how long that takes. And then obviously bagging them up. So bagging up my standard week's worth of coins, at £1,200, takes about 2 hours, depending if I'm being distracted by the guys on Discord. Chris Reese asks, what's the total value of the coins you have hunted through? Good question. So I've been doing it for just over a year now. That's what, 52 weeks, and I hunt at least £1,200 a week. So a lot. Lemore Elbaz asks, what would you do if you lived in a country that doesn't issue commemorative coins? I guess I wouldn't have made the YouTube channel, and I wouldn't probably be collecting coins. Karen Gillette asks, do you use the same bank each time? I take the coins out of one bank, and I use that bank solely for taking out coins. I use a different bank to pay them in, because that guarantees I'm not getting the same coins back time and time again. Jake Ron M asks, is the Gruffalo going into circulation? No, sadly not. But someone might break it out of its pack and pay it in, so you've got a very rare chance of finding it, I guess. Jake Renshaw asks, are you going to start pre-decimal hunts? Not exclusively pre-decimals, but my world coin bag does have some pre-decimals in it, so I will keep doing them until that bag runs out. Fezzy JB111 asked, what do you think of the mints doing Beano or Dandy designs? So I'm a massive fan of any more of the more designs on coins, the better. I don't see why not. Is Dandy English? Is an American character? The character is an American. I don't know. I don't see why not Beano though. Sarah Anderson asks, do you have any phobias? So I have 3 fears. I have 2 rational fears, so fears I feel are that have a sane reason, and 1 irrational fear. So my rational fears are bees and wasps. I will run a mile from them. I don't care what's in my way. I'm ploughing through you if there's a bee or wasp chasing me. It's probably because I've never been stung by one. I don't want to be stung by one, so I don't like them. And I don't like escalators. It's a bit of a weird one. I don't know why. I think my grandmother drilled it into me because she didn't like escalators, and I spent a lot of time with her when I was a kid. And so whenever there was an escalator or stairs, she would always go with the stairs. And I think that probably instilled sort of uneasiness. I mean, I will use them. Going up isn't as bad as going down. I hate going down escalators. I'll grip on for dear life. And every time I walk, I get a step off an escalator, I think, ooh, that was gross. But yeah, so that's my irrational fear, and I'm totally aware it's an irrational fear. Bees and wasps, I think. And most sane people don't want to be stung. Next question comes from the one, the only Duvetto. What's one thing in life you didn't understand as a kid? So I remember this question. Duvetto explained that she didn't understand how marriage worked, that you'd have to go knocking on doors asking if there was anyone free to be married. So the one thing I didn't understand when I was a kid was languages, different languages in different countries. I thought I couldn't grasp the fact that different languages use totally different words from the language I'd always grown up, always heard, always used. That people in a different country would have completely different languages, a different way of writing, structure of sentences. I thought maybe it was just like they pronounced the words differently and it's all spelt the same. But obviously as I grew up I learned that was not the case. Jake Cook asks, if there was a coin that's if there was a coin that sorts through coins, would you use it? Or if there was a machine that sorts through coins, would you use it? I don't think that would make a particularly interesting video. So a machine that just sorts out the commemorative ones, I would still hunt by hand. I would love a coin machine that sorts them and then rebags them. That would save me 2 hours a week. Pete Cahill asks 2 questions. First question he asks is, what music do you like? So I've got a bit of an eclectic taste in music, but a very narrow eclectic taste, if that makes any sense at all. So I like a couple of artists, a couple of bands, and that's all I really listen to. I like Queen and David Bowie. I like the great American crooners, like Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis, Perry Como, Andy Williams, a bit of Nat King Cole, and that's about all I listen to, really. I don't listen to any modern music. I've never been a fan of modern music, and I cannot stand rap music with a passion. Your second question was, what football team do you support? So I don't follow football religiously, as some people do. I don't have the desire to watch every single football game of a single football team. But I watch national games if they matter. So like the European competition, I can't remember what it's called, European Cup, I don't know. And the World Cup I watched, I got quite into that. But in terms of national team sports, I don't really follow any particular team. My dad supports Liverpool, so growing up there was always Liverpool on TV, and he's obviously still a fan of it, so if I'm around there and there's football on, it'll be Liverpool. So I don't mind. I don't mind watching the odd game of football. I just couldn't watch it every week. That would drive me around the twist. The Jammo Jar asks, what advice would you give someone starting collecting? I'll answer this question lots of times, but I'll go through it briefly. Tell everyone you know you're collecting coins, your friends, your family, your teachers I've heard of being helpful. Who else? Anyone. Tell them you're looking for coins, because they might find stuff in their change and they'll let you have it maybe, or let you look through it. Other advice, keep going, don't give up. You'll never find, the only way you'll guarantee to never find your Kew Gardens is if you stop looking for it. Thomas Bailey asks, what's your favourite coin? Tough question. My favourite 50p is the Isaac Newton 50p. My favourite £2 is Frankenstein. Don't know if I could pick between the two of them. Next question comes from Sebastian Wadlow, who asks, of all the royals on the coins, what is your favourite, or who is your favourite? The Queen's father is George the 6th. So the monarch prior to the queen. That's my favourite one. I can never remember. My memory is so bad. Linda Monk asks, have you ever visited Kew Gardens? No, I haven't. I think that would be a cracking trip to go to Kew Gardens. Jimbo's 1300A4 asks, I haven't found an alphabet 10p. Do you think it's worth buying them? It's entirely down to you. I mean, if you want to buy them, go ahead, buy them. If you want them in your collection and you can't find any, give it a go. I like the hunt, to be honest, but I'm privileged in that I can search through the amount of coins that I do, and I get quite lucky with them, or Patrick gets quite lucky with them, I should say. But yeah, if you want them in your collection, you can't find them, feel free to buy them. Chloe Vlog USA asks, how many 50p books have you done? I've completed one book, and I'm working through my second one at the moment, and we've only got 4 more to go, I think, to fill that book. Lawrence Kearns asks, how rare is the WWF 50p? It's a scarce one. It sells for more than face value. It's like £2 to £5, but it's one of the more common of the rare ones, if that makes any sense. Dr. Cool Guy asks, when will mintage figures drop? I thought they were going to drop in March, because that's what they did last year, but apparently not. So I don't know. Hopefully soon. Shrew Lambda asks, do you think RAF £2 coins will be circulated? No, sadly not, but they are stunning designs. Hallie or Haley Hansen asks, what's your favourite coin set? I like the Olympics. I like the 10p's. I like the big sets. I think they're awesome. The RAF ones look cool. I'd probably go for the 10p's though. Quag Jones asks, do you think there will be more Beatrix Potter 50p's? Yes, I'm pretty sure it's a given that we're going to get more 2019 Beatrix Potters. There were people that went on the Royal Mint Gold VIP tour that saw the actual dies that make the coins. Coin Collectors asks, do you collect old coins? Yes, I collect any coin, worldwide, foreign, worldwide is foreign, worldwide, pre-decimal. If it's a coin, I would be happy to put it into my collection. Tom Bombadil asks, what other coins do you think should be a strike your own? I think this year is the year of Kew Gardens. It is 10 years of the Kew Gardens, it's 50 years of the 50p, they've got to do a Kew Gardens strike your own. But other ones that I'd like to see, some of the non-circulating ones would be cool. Basically, the main thing I like with the strike your owns is when it's a different year to the strike your own. So like the Isaac Newton was a 2017 design, but it was a strike your own in 2018. So the strike your own is a 2018, the circulating coin is a 2017. So I would quite like, I don't know, like the Great Fire of London. That would be a great one to be on a strike your own. I'm trying to think of other coin designs that I really liked. Maybe some of the 10p's, but then that would be 26 trips to the Royal Mint to get that whole set of them. Maybe not them then. Felix Ward asks, do you think money will be irrelevant in the future? Sadly, I think so. It's not going to be in the immediate future. It may not even be in my lifetime, but I think eventually, yeah, physical money will become obsolete. There are countries that have already gone to a virtually cashless society. It saves money. You don't have to make the coins. You don't have to distribute the coins. I guess you can't lose non-physical coins. But also the main benefit to a society, a government, corporations that work within any given country is that without cash, everything's done on card or credit. So there is an audit trail of every single penny that you spend, which is useful information for them. Gabriel Stevens asks, do you use an app? I don't particularly use an app. I use ChangeChecker's website quite a lot. I use Numista for my world coins. ChangeChecker I just use for my UK coins. And I have got an app that's called My UK Coin Collection or something like that. But I use that very sparingly. Leslie Ploddypop, love the name, asks, have you got a Boaty McBoatface 50p? No, I do not. Rich Swifty asks, my family thinks I'm a weirdo, what do I do? You can't get new family, you can get new friends there, can you? Just carry on, be yourself. We are all individuals, we all have our own quirks, our own eccentricities. and do not let other people shape the person that you want to be. Be you, and ignore them, I guess. Or if they're really rattling your cage, like I said, everyone has an eccentricity. No one is the standard person. They will have something that they like, which someone else would consider odd. So if they pick on you for being a coin collector, pick on them for being an obsessive nose picker or whatever flaw that they have. Laura Crouch asks, when are you next going to the Royal Mint? Good question. I am going next weekend? Next weekend or the weekend after? 21st of April. I don't know what weekend that's going to be. 21st of April, Patrick and I are booked on the 2 o'clock Royal Mint tour. We're aiming to get there for about 1 o'clock. So we've got time to have a coffee. And I've said, and I actually know there are a couple of you guys that are coming already. And so if you're in the area or you're looking to come down, feel free to pop in and say hi to me if you're in the area, of course. Ooh! There we go, see, I can find them. We got that at a Q. Q for queuing. Is it 2018 though? It is. Smashing. Well, I was getting a bit worried, but we've only got one more bag after this one, and I hadn't found anything so far. What a result though. We'll go for one more question. This is from Ian Strudwick, who asks, what was your favourite cartoon growing up? So I watched, back in my day, we had VHS tapes, and we had a couple. We didn't have many, so invariably we watched the same ones over and over again. That's my brother Peter and I. He's the older of my 2 younger brothers. So we had a Transformers videotape that had about 4 episodes on it that we watched religiously. We had Street Sharks. I think the first 4 episodes of Street Sharks that we can. I've watched the first 4 episodes of Street Sharks more than I care to reminisce, but I've never seen any more of them. What else did we watch? There was a knockoff of the Transformers that I liked even more than Transformers, which was the GoBots, that I watched an awful lot. I'm trying to think of other cartoons we had. Like I said, we had about, I don't know, maybe a dozen of these videotapes that we would watch over and over and over again. This is because this is before the days of YouTube, before the days of streaming, before the days of the internet. Well, not the internet. We had dial-up, but that was appalling. You definitely couldn't watch anything on dial-up. But yeah, the TV show I liked the most as a kid, there was Trapdoor, and I've said that on a previous Q&A. Absolutely love that TV program, and I think it's still a great show, even for kids nowadays to watch. So with that, we'll get back to the coins. So some luck, at least we found one. It was looking like we weren't going to find any at one point, but chuffed to actually find the letter Q. It's one of my favourite designs as well. I think it's a smashing design. It's a cool little pun as well. So I'm well happy with that. So all that leaves me to do is thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for more coins. Bye.